Are you still estranged from your dad? Are you?
No, we've all, I think timing is everything. There's been enough bridges now of time to get us all reconnected. And I think for me, as I've gotten older, respecting my parents as individuals instead of as parents, again, because, my mom, it's honest, my mom's really loved my dad for her whole life. And I think being married to someone in the music industry and not being a part of it is obviously really hard. And so I think, I took on some of my mom's hurt as my own because it hurt her kind of more than it hurt me.
For the past couple years, the Cyrus family has been making headlines. And now Miley Cyrus is finally breaking her silence on the drama. She's naming names, her mom, her dad, it's all on the table. Fans have been waiting forever to hear her side, especially since we all grew up watching Miley and her dad side by side on Hannah Montana. It's not just celebrity gossip, it feels personal to so many people. The whole family has been split, and fans have been watching it all fall apart like a front row seat to a soap opera. Folks just want to know, who's cool with who? Where does everyone stand now? So let's rewind to 2022, the moment when everything really started spiraling. After being married for almost 30 years, Tish and Ray Cyrus finally called it quits. For real this time. If you've been following the family drama, you'd know this was their third time filing for divorce. First in 2010, then again in 2013. Both times they patched it up. But 2022, that one stuck. For good. At first, it looked peaceful. They put out a joint statement claiming they still had love and respect for each other, and that this wasn't some last-minute decision. But behind closed doors, that's when the real mess started creeping out. Not long after the split, both Tish and Ray moved on fast, like lightning speed fast. That's when fans really started to wonder, what went down behind the scenes? Tish didn't waste time. She started dating actor Dominic Purcell, the guy from Prison Break. And Ray, he went public with Australian singer Fire Rose. And they ended up getting married in 2023. Yup, just a few months after Tish tied the knot. Talk about back-to-back weddings and serious family tension. Ray tried to downplay everything when he talked to the press, saying there were no hard feelings in the family about his love life. But let's be real, it didn't look that way at all. The public saw something totally different, especially as time passed. Noah and Brayson kept close to Ray, but Miley, Brandy, and Trace, they were clearly keeping their distance. They stayed tight with their mom, Tish. People started speculating. Maybe it had something to do with how Ray and Fire Rose first met. The age gap was wild, 27 years. And rumors started flying that they met way back during the Hannah Montana days. That alone had folks thinking, no wonder Miley's not speaking to her dad. Everyone online was picking sides, trying to figure out what was really going on. Why were Noah and Brayson all over Ray's social media, while Miley and the others were posting wedding pics with their mom? It looked like two different teams in one family, and nobody was hiding it. Then came the Fire Rose headlines. Radar Online reported that Miley was totally freaked out by her dad's behavior, saying he looked like a clueless old man trying way too hard with his new girl. A so-called insider even claimed Ray didn't want a prenup, which means Fire Rose could end up with half of everything he's earned. And get this, they're already trying to have a baby. Word on the street is Miley wanted to have a serious sit-down with her dad, maybe even bring a couple siblings with her to try and knock some sense into him. A source said she just wanted to protect him, or at the very least, make sure he wasn't putting himself at financial risk. That whole Fire Rose situation had Miley and possibly a few others in the family seriously worried about the choices Ray was making. But while eyes were on Ray and Fire Rose, the spotlight shifted fast to Tish and her relationship with Dominic Purcell. That's when things got even messier. People started whispering that Noah might have had something going on with Dominic before her mom ever got with him. Yep, according to some sources, Noah and Dominic had a casual off and on thing going, and the real kicker? Tish allegedly knew about it before she started dating him herself. Both Tish and Dominic denied it ever happened, but the internet was already on fire by then. At one point, someone dropped a comment on Noah's post saying something wild like, "That guy you and your mom both had sexy time with." And Noah snapped back hard. She clapped back with, "Hey, real grandma, I'm so sorry, but will you please just choke on the fattest just for a little bit? Great, thanks." That response had everyone's jaws on the floor. Things between Noah and Tish were super icy after that. Unfollows, no public support, and Noah sticking close to her dad, totally ignoring her mom. But by the end of last year, things seemed to cool off. They followed each other again, posted birthday shout-outs, and even looked like they were hanging out. The tension might have died down, for now. Tish wasn't playing around. She jumped straight into dating actor Dominic Purcell. Yep, the dude from Prison Break. And Billy Ray? He came in hot with Australian singer Fire Rose. And before anybody could blink, they got married in 2023, just a few months after Tish said, "I do." It was wedding season for the Cyrus parents, and it stirred up major drama in the fam. Billy Ray tried to keep it cute, telling the press there were no hard feelings in the family over his new relationship. But from the outside, it was looking real awkward. The vibes were off, and fans could tell something wasn't right. Noah and Brayson were clearly Team Billy Ray, sticking by his side. But Miley, Brandy, and Trace, they were keeping their distance big time. They were always with their mom, supporting Tish every step of the way. And the internet had questions. Was it the way Billy Ray met Fire Rose, that massive 27-year age gap, or the wild rumor that they first crossed paths back during the Hannah Montana era? Folks started saying, "No wonder Miley ain't messing with him right now." The family looked split down the middle. On social media, it was obvious. Noah and Brayson popping up in pics with Billy Ray, while Miley and the rest were sharing wedding snaps with Tish. It was like two different squads under one last name. Then the gossip really exploded. Radar Online dropped a bomb saying Miley was freaked out watching her dad act like a lost old man trying to keep up with Fire Rose. An insider claimed he refused to get a prenup, which meant Fire Rose could be walking away with half of everything he's built. And get this, they're already trying to have a baby. Whew, it just kept getting messier. It looked like that whole mess between Tish and Noah finally got squashed, which honestly had people letting out a big sigh of relief. Nobody wanted that mother-daughter drama over the same guy to turn out true. That would have been way too messy, even for Hollywood. Now, when it comes to Tish, she hasn't been quiet about what really went down in her marriage to Billy Ray. She actually opened up on the Call Her Daddy podcast with Brandy, and they both dropped some real talk about their family and personal struggles. Tish admitted her relationship with Billy Ray was complicated, and not in a cute way. She revealed they were already living totally separate lives for more than 2 years before they filed for divorce. Billy Ray had been staying out in Tennessee, while Tish was living all the way in California. That long-distance setup, plus the emotional disconnection, it was a recipe for disaster. And that's what pushed them to finally call it quits. Tish described that whole chapter as one of the darkest points in her life. She wasn't just dealing with the end of a 30-year marriage. She also lost her mom in August 2020. The weight of both those losses hit her hard. She said it broke her down mentally, and she went through a full-on psychological breakdown. During the podcast, she got real about why she stayed in the marriage longer than she should have. She was scared of being alone. That fear kept her stuck, even when she knew it was time to let go.
What made this time different? Like, what led you to finally say it's over, end of the marriage?
The first part of that is he went to Tennessee during COVID. I need to be here. I mean, like Miley and Noah are young. They need me. They need their mom. And so I stayed in California. And I really, during that period, just took a really good hard look at life, my life. And I think I did stay so long out of fear, literal fear of being alone. Like, I don't have my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my husband that has been my husband for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy crap, like, I'm scared. And I had like 1 month of a honestly complete psychological breakdown.
What was going on? Like,
I could not eat, I could not sleep, I could not stop crying. I literally weighed like 103.
do you wish you had walked away sooner?
Yes, but then I'm like, maybe that wouldn't have been right either.
Yeah.
Like, because I really didn't want Noah to still be young. And but looking back on it, it would have been better for her had I.
But on a brighter note, she lit up talking about her new husband, Dominic. She couldn't stop gushing about how amazing he is, and fans were so happy to see her glowing again. Now, when it comes to Billy Ray, things didn't stay sweet for long between him and Fire Rose. Their whirlwind marriage crashed fast, and last year, they were already heading for a messy divorce. It hadn't even been that long, but the breakup was getting ugly. Headlines started popping up with all kinds of drama, and people remembered his kids had already been worried from the jump. They thought Fire Rose wasn't looking out for him, and now it was clear they might have been right. And if anyone still doubted there was beef in the Cyrus fam, Miley made it very obvious. When she won her first ever Grammy last year, she didn't thank her dad, not even a little shout out. She even said, "I didn't forget anyone," which was basically her way of saying, "Yeah, I meant to leave him out." That moment had fans fully convinced. Yep, the family feud was real. Then in January this year, things got even messier. Ray Cyrus jumped into the spotlight and let it all out. He called out Billy Ray, saying he was seriously worried about his dad's health and choices. But here's the wild part. Trace claimed Billy Ray was threatening legal action against him just for speaking up. He said they hadn't even spent time together in a long while. That's when people realized this family wasn't just dealing with tension, it was full-on chaos. But then, out of nowhere, things seemed to shift. On May 7th, Billy Ray posted a throwback video of him and Miley singing together. And the caption? "Can't wait to see this young lady. Crazy how time flies." Fans were shocked. Everyone thought they weren't even speaking, but now it looked like maybe, just maybe, the ice was starting to melt. Fans were shocked when that video of Billy Ray and Miley popped up. Nobody saw it coming. But right after it dropped, people started pointing fingers at Tish, accusing her of unfollowing Miley on Instagram. That set off another wave of family drama rumors. A few days later, Miley clapped back on her IG story, setting the record straight. She wrote, "I rarely comment on rumors, but my mama and I are too tight for anything to ever come between us. She's my best friend. Like a lot of moms, she doesn't know how to work her phone and somehow unfollowed me. Simple, coincidental, and uninteresting." But that wasn't all. Miley also touched on her relationship with Billy Ray. She admitted, "My dad and I have had our challenges over the years. Now, in my 30s, family is my priority above all else. I'm at peace knowing bridges have been built and time has done a lot of healing. Grateful for the good health and love that flows through my family." That message had fans hoping things were finally settling down. Then, in a recent interview with the New York Times, Miley got even more real. When asked directly about the family feud, she didn't dodge it. She confirmed that after the divorce, things were tense. She said she had been holding on to some resentment, not toward her dad, but toward her mom, Tish. But now, Miley says those bad feelings are behind her. She explained that seeing her mom genuinely happy with Dominic helped shift her whole perspective. That allowed her to let go and see the situation differently.
I can love them both as individuals instead of as a kind of, a parental pairing. I'm being an adult about it, At first it's hard because the little kid in you reacts before the adult in you can go, yes, that's your dad, but that's just another person that deserves to, be in his bliss and to be happy. So my adult self has caught up.
According to Miley, everything's chill now. It's all love. So according to Miley, it looks like peace has finally been restored in the Cyrus family, and fans everywhere are breathing a sigh of relief. This is the closure folks have been waiting for, especially since we all grew up watching Miley and her dad on Hannah Montana, just thinking about them singing Butterfly Fly Away together, and then imagining them not even speaking. That hit a lot of people right in the heart. So hearing that the family is in a better place now, that's huge. It's honestly the feel-good ending nobody expected after years of rumors, drama, and messy headlines. And what really caught everyone off guard was Miley actually opening up about it all. She's usually private, barely ever feeds into the gossip, and rarely talks about her family, but this time she spoke her truth. After everything they've been through, divorces, unfollows, online shade, and wild headlines, It's good to know there's healing happening behind the scenes. It feels like a full circle moment. But now I want to hear from you. What do y'all think about Miley finally speaking up? Do you believe things are really cool in the Cyrus house now? Or is there more we're not seeing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe if you want more wild celebrity tea, real talk, and updates on your faves. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.